Out here this afternoon with Miss Clementine, and here comes Miss Sunshine over yonder. The boys are on the other side of the pool. There's Mr. Mickey Mouse. You can see all those sunshines. We used to have more. We don't have so many. There's Mr. Copper. That's probably my favorite. Wait a minute, where is it? Right there. It's about 4, maybe 4.5 feet across, and it's just huge, and that's my favorite. Anyway, we're back out here with the dogs this afternoon. Another memory. When I was about 8 years old, we're all in the front yard doing what, let's see, I was 8, so my sister was probably 11, then the next oldest brother is probably 13, then 14, and then 16, and 17 or 18, 18 probably, closing on 18. Brothers and sisters, all out in the front yard, just doing what kids do in the country when you ain't got nothing else to do and the chores are all done and ain't got no stock to work or anything. Down the road comes this boy that was new to the neighborhood. We'd never seen him before. His name was Rodney. Where you at there, Copper? There you are. What up, buddy? Oh, no wonder I had it. She's got ears. If I had her name again, I'd call her Bat Dog because her ears are always up. What up, darling? Want to smell the breakfast on me. Down the road comes this boy. He's about 5, maybe 6 years old. Name was Rodney. Rodney comes up into the yard and says, "My mama told me to come down and see if y'all wanted to be my friend." And we did, because we didn't have any friends much outside of us. There's another boy that lived up the road named Wayne Massey. He was a heck of a character. So Rodney comes up, "Well, y'all want to be my friend?" Absolutely, kid. Rodney and I were friends forever and a day until we discovered girls and went our own ways. Now he lives about 30 miles from me. And we talk once in a while on Facebook. So Rodney and I became friends. What's important about Rodney is he had a bicycle. I had no one to ride bicycles with. One day Dad came home. Dad worked for an ice company. He had delivered these big ice blocks of ice, 200 pounds blocks of ice to ice houses. In the old days, we had, looking for the dogs. Maybe they're back there someplace. Where y'all at? There you are. She heard something. Sunshine heard something out front, so now they're all on the lookout for what she's barking at. So he delivered these big blocks of ice to the ice houses, and we'd go with him once in a while. Well, he comes home one day, and he has this red bike that's probably built in the 40s or 50s, ancient as hell, and this was in 61 or so. And it rode like a mule, very tough gearing system for a 20-inch bike. It was hard to get it going, but once you got it going, it'd go pretty good. Rodney had what we call the banana seat, I think. It was so much fun, and it had a better system, so you could get on down the road with it. Somewhat later, Rodney and I were down at what we called the big bridge. It was this stone bridge that people in the neighborhood had built on our road, and so that you could get across the bridge instead of going across the low spot. And we'd go down there and fish and play army and swim and do whatever. Well, one day we're down there and we're starting back towards the house after we're fishing, and I asked Rodney if I could try his bike out. Rodney said sure. It's the only time I ever rode Rodney's bike that I remember. So I get on it and I pop a wheelie like you do on those things, and I'm starting up the road and feeling really good about how fast this thing's accelerating. Suddenly I hear the blaring of a horn behind me. Our road didn't get much traffic. That's why we didn't pay much attention to traffic. Country road. And I hear the squeal of tires, and I hadn't met Jesus yet, so I almost did that day. I hear the squeal of tires, and I'm pumping that thing just as hard as I can to get out in front of that car, and that car slid to a stop about 2 inches before it hit me and scared the dickens out of me. And I came back and was very, very apologetic to the boy that was driving because I'd pulled out in front of him, and he was equally apologetic for almost running over me. And to make a long story short, he had just bought that car a couple of days ago. His daddy bought it for him, and he was out here in the country trying it out, see what it'd do, and not paying attention like he should be. And then we all wondered what our daddies would do if they found out. And we know he'd lose his car, I'd get a whooping, Rodney'd lose his bike. We didn't want any of that, so we all agreed to never talk about that. And Rodney and I never spoke about it again. And I hadn't thought about it until recently. And I guess that's all that memory. Y'all give me a like, a share, comment. Tell me what you like, what you don't like, what you'd like to know, what you'd like to hear. Y'all know the routine. Thanks. Have a good day.